It almost goes without saying that we as a species are in a very challenging time. I think we can all safely say that this virus is unprecedented in modern times. The last pandemic that gripped the world like this was the Spanish flu of 1918. That pandemic was before television, the internet, and any kind of social media was even thought of, let alone existed. There was, however, one medium that existed during the Spanish flu, and that was film, and more specifically, Hollywood. Today, let's look at how Hollywood has been weathering the storm during COVID-19. It's Real Talk. As Hollywood productions have ground to a halt across the globe, how can this multi-billion-dollar industry survive where there is no end in sight to the COVID-19 pandemic? Ordinarily, the box office is where Hollywood financiers gauge the potential success of a film with the initial theatrical release. The opening weekend of a film is particularly good at being a solid guide as to how successful the film will ultimately be from a financial perspective. In mid-March 2020, cinemas across America, Europe, and other parts of the world were forced to close indefinitely due to the pandemic. This has left many productions holding a bag of uncertainty, as what would normally be a good stream of revenue has effectively dried up overnight. Ordinarily, a film would be released with Hollywood's notoriously lavish red carpet premieres and a huge marketing machine behind it to put the film in the public consciousness. There is always a sense of urgency placed in the marketing campaigns. The idea being that people are made to feel as though they need to see the film at the cinema, paying that premium to catch it before its theatrical run is over and it changes to an online digital platform. So, what has Hollywood done to fill the gap that theatrical releases would ordinarily achieve? Some productions have simply been delayed from release, with those production companies hoping for a lift on the virus's grip in the coming months, while others have opted to fast-track their features to digital releases through online platforms such as Netflix and Amazon Prime. Both of these measures are reactionary, and it remains to be seen if it's effective in the long run. With cinemas closed for the time being, we are seeing Hollywood try and recoup ticket prices with hefty fees to see new films premiere online. For instance, right now you can watch The Invisible Man on Amazon Prime for the steep rental price of $16.99 If you want to splash your cash, you can catch it on YouTube or Google Play for $29.99. Now for some, this price is justified, as they can see that they would spend at least that amount at the cinema for a seat, and no doubt they'd want popcorn and a drink, bringing the price well over $30. However, most of us are used to getting entire catalogues of films on Netflix and other streaming sites for around $12 a month. So it's hard for us to justify paying that hefty premium even if it is a new big budget film. The argument being that Netflix and other streaming services also release their own feature films and original content that is exceptionally well made and is included in your monthly fee. So why would you pay extra for just one film? The reality is that unless you've been living under a rock or you don't have the internet, the chances are you are very familiar with Netflix and other streaming services that all have progressively gotten better over the years, both in ease of use, user interface, and especially content on offer. I think Hollywood is trying to stop a bullet hole with a band-aid right now with their approach of charging us cinema prices at home. So what's the solution? Ultimately, all signs point to the virus not wiping out humanity, and eventually things will recover. But have we crossed the bridge of no return in regards to cinematic releases for most Hollywood films? Right now, Disney are posting losses in excess of $740 million, even with a new online streaming platform of their own, Disney+. All the while, they've been progressively reducing and removing their content from other streaming services. But I think this falls into the same basket as Netflix losses. Short-term outlook doesn't lead to long-term success. Disney have enough coin in the kitty to weather this storm and probably a few other storms concurrently. Not to mention that people being forced into lockdown surely has a knock-on effect of more and more people adopting streaming services. So I think it's likely Disney will bounce back sooner or later. As for other Hollywood heavyweight hitters such as Time Warner, Universal and Columbia Pictures, the pragmatic approach to either delay or release their feature online at a premium could work for the time being. It will all come down to the numbers. How many people are paying for and watching these movies in these unprecedented times for the premium price? Right now, people feel fragmented, with content being locked behind some services in one country while being available in another, thus forcing people to adopt 2, 3 or more streaming services if they want to see all the popular films at home. It's pretty clear that there will be some sort of global recession following this disaster. So will people be willing to pay for more than one streaming service in the future? At current prices, I don't think so. So Hollywood will need to hedge their bets. Where is best to release a film? On what platform? And even if they bother with a theatrical release for smaller films. I think it's clear that Hollywood should take note. Do we need massive releases with lavish parties anymore? Surely that money can be reinvested into creating a broader spectrum of content. But that's my 2 cents. However we survive this pandemic, one thing is clear. For better or worse, things will change in Hollywood. So what do you think? Do you think Hollywood are going to change as we move forward, or do you think they're going to go back to how they were? Now that we're seeing them release films online, perhaps that's going to be the new norm. I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know down below. Well, that about does it for me today. If you like this video, then please leave a like, and if you really like my content, then why not subscribe and be sure to ping that little bell so you never miss a video from me. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now. So, can you see that? New t-shirt. Very fitting of this time in the pandemic. I hope you pause the video there and you can have a look at it. It's yeah, stuck at home.